name's John Clare. This is
Romain Presh.
and this is the Posy Watch Post Mortem. And to the film we're going to watch, the film we're going to talk about today is 1979's Ridley Scott classic Alien. Seeing it's our month of October, Spook-Tober spectacular. We thought it would be kind of cool to do, various different types of Hollywood horror movies. This is one of mine, right? Because I think Get Out was yours.
My beloved one would have been The Thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That one will be your
this
beloved.
This is my beloved. This is the one I really wanted in here because it is without doubt one of the greatest horror films ever made. Mm-hmm. Yes, I know, sci-fi, it's set in space. I don't give a fuck.
Some people will argue that this movie is not horror movie, but it has it's a slasher movie.
It's a horror movie. You're basically like the Beast the Beast stalks the crew and murders them each one at a time until like one survivor eventually escapes to tell the tale.
It's the girl, she's one of the only two girls.
Yeah.
But there's like this kind of horror movies sometimes have like this like sexy connotation kind of thing,
Sigourney Weaver's a fucking beautiful woman.
I know, but like for example, I'm talking about the Friday the 13th or the Halloween, or the Scream. There's always like a sexy thing. There's some people say like it's kind of like something like like primal and a bit like voyeuristic or but like this one is like it has the same kind of structure,
it's a very similar structure, but also what I like about it. Mm-hmm. The one thing I loved about it was the atmosphere and the kind of, especially the opening shots, right?
It's just like 7 minutes of silence.
Yeah, just silence and just kind of basically setting the stage. Mm-hmm. Giving you an idea of the space of the ship and giving you an idea, because it's dirty, it's grimy, it's big. When you look at it from the outside, it looks like it's kind of grimy looking cathedral almost.
Also, the way it's been shown, the camera is small and the ship is like going through like this.
Yeah.
And you can see like the ship is taking the entirety of the frame, which is basically...
this thing is fucking gigantic.
Yeah, the thing is gigantic.
Yeah.
And the first time that this happened in cinema, it was in Star Wars, the first one. First one
because that came out 2 years prior.
And you see, the movie started with a ship going to the top of the screen and taking over the entirety of the screen.
To give you an idea of the scale.
Yes, so it was a similar shot. Accomplished there.
But it's a very similar shot. But also
kind of an homage, maybe, because I don't know.
I wouldn't say necessarily a homage because you got to bear in mind,
it's the best way to show something is big.
Yeah, it's a good technique. It's just like if you want to show something is big, have it take up all the space and have it move really fucking slowly. Mm-hmm. That gives you an idea of the immensity that they're trying to depict. And the ship itself is like I say, it's like the way it's kind of designed. It's almost like it's like massive cathedral almost.
Yes, you see towers and everything, but it's basically a truck. It's a towing truck.
Yeah, it's a massive industrial machine, and that's what I love about it. It's got the set design has this really industrial feel to it. Everything's grimy, everything's dirty, everything's rusty.
Even with the character, they are not like astronaut as you think they are, professional and very intelligent
and pretty.
No, they're all trucker.
Yeah.
They're all like people that work in a truck company,
they're working class.
Yes, they're working class. Space working class,
Yeah, exactly. There's that's what I like about.
Nobody is physically fit to when you see an astronaut now today's standard, an astronaut is somebody that's perfectly fit mentally and physically, and and those people are just regular people going into space.
That's what I love that. I love the fact that the thing is, what amazes me again, this film was made in 1979, right? And we literally just worked out before we started rolling, right? The production budget at the time was 11 million USD. This is back in 1979 dollars. The current, so if you actually adjust that for inflation, it's $46 million. That's even by today's standards, that's a fucking cheap movie. And the fact that they were able to do everything that what they were able to do, just in terms of the set design, in terms
the
of
atmosphere. You were talking about that. Yeah.
The atmosphere, exactly. Like, I really fucking. It's just amazing what they were able to accomplish, and given the fact that this film again was made 44 years ago, this film was made, and it's still, for the most part,
still holds up.
It still holds up pretty fucking well.
There's some stuff that I can talk about later. That even Ridley Scott is a bit like, you know, like I could have done that better.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, there's certain things within the edit. There's certain things like there's little things here and there where like for instance, if I was going to pick up one plot hole that I immediately noticed, you know, when one of the engineers gets killed,
yeah,
right, and they
you
know
mean the first kill that we see on screen.
Yeah, the first kill. Right, straight away they all know how big it is and everything else. Like in I think
something
scene
was cut in the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's like it's like how did we get from there to there? What kind?
I think they saw they saw the monster,
but where?
I don't know.
It was never shown because like
there could be cameras and stuff like that. They could be.
Yeah, well, no, but it should have been. Yeah, but the thing is, like,
we don't have that card.
Yeah, we don't. I don't like doing that because, like, you know, I don't like allowing filmmakers to kind of get away with that kind of thing.
Yeah,
because okay, you could turn around and say, "Oh, yeah, leave it to the audience; they'll figure it out." But no, well, hold on a second, right? You've gone right. This dude was on his own.
Yeah,
right. And he was captured
with the cat.
Well, with the cat, or trying to grab hold of the cat. The cat kind of saw what the fuck was going on, backed off. He turns around and he gets scalped by that fucking alien. So, and then virtually the next shot is like, man, that thing was fucking huge. Like, and it's like, how did you know it was huge? You weren't there to fucking see it.
So maybe there was a scene where they was chasing the alien.
Maybe they should. Basically, I think there should have been at least a couple of scenes in there to kind of inform the audience that they know what's going on. Maybe they saw it on the camera or something. Like, yes, it should have been shown to us as the audience. That'd be like one little critique that I kind of noticed because I've watched this film a few times. I haven't watched it in about 10 years.
This didn't there's one thing that bothered me, but like this thing didn't bother me at all. I didn't pay attention to.
Okay, fair enough. So what bothered you?
Basically, in my mind, I assumed that they saw it, you know, or they from the body of it, from the body that was left. Actually, he didn't find his body.
No, didn't find his body. No one else saw what happened. It is a gaping plot.
They have every detail of.
How did they get the information?
Yeah, there's a bit of a plot hole there. Maybe it was not doable to do.
Well, to be honest, look, if they were able to do everything they were able to do, they were able to do that. Do you know what I think it is? I think it was either an oversight, because, like, look, the hardest thing in the world, right? You may think, hold a second, you may think you have all your bases covered. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you may think, okay, like you've gone through the edit, you've seen it 1,000 times, you don't notice it, and as soon as it goes out, oh fuck, how did I miss that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, for you know, any kind of creative, especially when it comes to storytelling, because you got to make sure everything's watertight. Mm-hmm. You know, and it is a little bit, you know, it is a noticeable plot hole, but I can forgive it.
Can I give my kind of speculation of what happened?
If you
Basically,
want.
They shot the movie, they shot the scene,
yeah,
and during the edit, they realized that scene doesn't work. It could be the doesn't work plot wise, or it doesn't work acting wise, or it doesn't work. The light could be off, the thing could be off, like something could be off, and basically we have no choice but remove it and cross the fingers that nobody is gonna pay attention.
Maybe.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you leave it there, it will destroy the movie more than if you remove it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rough, but we need to do this.
Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. I mean, but to me, it did kind of leap out at me. But I don't want to kind of like harbour on with it, on about it too much, because like I do think, generally speaking, like for the most part, Alien's a fucking cracking movie.
It is a good movie. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yes, it's a plot hole, and yes, these kind of things can be quite annoying. But at the same time, like if you can suspend your disbelief enough. Mm-hmm. Like you can forgive it that, and I think, like I said, in terms of the world building, in terms of like setting the stage, in terms of like building the atmosphere, I can't fault it.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And especially like because as cool as it is, like, so anyway, the synopsis of the movie, anyway, that they all wake up out of hypersleep or whatever
halfway through their journey,
and there's this signal that they got to go check out. So they go check out this signal. Turns out it's like alien craft on this fucking distant planet somewhere in the middle of nowhere.
You go very quick.
Yeah,
you got the plot very quick.
Yeah. Well, there's no point fucking. They pick up they pick up the signal. They go out there. They investigate. One of them. What was the character's name again? I
got too curious. I think it's, Ash is the droid.
Ash is the droid. Yeah, 1 second. John Hurt's character, Kane. Yeah, John.
They all call themselves by the last name.
Yeah.
As well.
So Kane turns around and he goes down to have a closer look. He finds all the little alien eggs. And as he gets a little bit too curious, and next thing you know, Facehugger comes up, attaches itself to his helmet, buries its way through his fucking helmet, and attaches itself to his face. They rescue him, brings him on board against Ridley. It's not Ridley Scott, sorry. Ripley's character. Ripley turns around and goes, "Oh, don't bring him on board." But Ash, who is very suspect,
overrides the quarantine procedure,
and allows him on board, and then all hell then breaks loose.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I mean, I love that about it. Also, like Ash being such a dodgy character.
Mm-hmm. But like Ash is dodgy when you saw the movie.
How do you mean?
Because all this act that Ash is doing at the beginning let them in.
Yeah,
like you kind of see that Ripley. It could be the antagonist because he's the one that doesn't want to help the other guy. Like I mean, maybe I'm talking about the first viewer.
If you're watching it
for the first time, and you don't know
that
Ash is the spoiler alert. Ash is the one that basically, I'd say like traitor or
he's the traitor.
It basically turn against. Thank you.
Yeah,
turn against its crew.
Yeah,
and but like from a first viewer point of view. You cannot see that.
Yeah,
you just see Ripley being
being insubordinate at times.
Yeah, and some Also, what I would like to point out that from the beginning of the movie, Ripley is not the main character. The first character you see introduced in the thing is the character of Kane, played by John Hurt.
Yeah, and
after the rest of the scene that you see is with Tom Skerritt.
Dallas. Yeah,
it's the two main character, and because you know that Ripley is the survivor of the movie.
Yeah.
But if you,
she's the one that went on to become iconic.
Basically, she's starting. A character start to be more seen at the scene of the door of the quarantine thing.
Yeah, maybe.
But have you seen that? Like basically, there's more shot with John and Tom.
Yeah.
So maybe the film is kind of. Telling you that those two are the main protagonists.
Oh, it's kind of it's making you look one way instead of looking the other. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Particularly, they show you those characters first, and they show you them a lot. They are present a lot in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, they're the ones you want to identify with initially. Yeah.
They are your protagonist, your main character, the hero of the story. And Ripley Ripley from the beginning of the movie is a bit in the background.
Yeah.
Even though you know she's the main actress of the thing, the movie tell you at the beginning she's not the main actress. You should focus on John Hurt or Tom
Skerritt,
on Kane and Dallas.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because they show you Dallas waking up at the first scene, they don't show you Ripley. Even Ripley is not shown waking up.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
She's at the background.
Yeah.
There's
right.
Ripley. There is Kane. There is Parker, and there is Ash, Jan Holm. And pretty fun fact as well, that's if you've been watching the film a lot. Every character, when they wake up, the first thing, Ash, they have another shot, and everybody's breathing, breathe out, breathe out.
Ash doesn't.
He only breathes later. He just hold his breath, not move his chest. But when he first, the guy first moving, he starts breathing, like a computer that starts booting up, he doesn't do straight away.
Well, I think because at the same time, the subterfuge was that they didn't know he was a robot. He was an android.
Also, the only thing you see him consume
is white milk.
It's milk.
Yeah, Because that's like the fluid that goes through his system.
Yes, that's the only thing that he needs. That's the only thing that come out of him is milk, basically, like this white fluid. We assume is milk, or maybe because I don't know. H.R. Geiger was a lot in charge of the design.
Well, basically, like in terms of like, well, you got to bear in mind with H.R. Geiger, right? H.R. Geiger is a very famous like illustrator / artist, and he was always like interested in kind of these really weird designs. He's kind of like. It's
very phallic, very like sexually.
Well, yeah, you could say it was very. Yeah, some of it's very phallic. Some of it's also like
organic.
Like organic design. All this kind of weird.
Biomechanical.
Biomechanical. Yeah. That's the term. These kind of weird biomechanical designs, and like when it comes to the space jockey, as it was referred to as, and the actual alien design itself. The idea was to become. Pardon me, sorry. Drinking fizzy water. It's just like the idea behind it really was to kind of emphasize the otherworldliness, the strangeness.
Like it's a spaceship, but nothing look
aerodynamic.
No, not aerodynamic, but like do like metal or do like everything is like kind of. You don't know how he made it. If the ship was born or the ship was made.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, like
everything looked like a rib cage. Everything looked like I
mean, but the idea is it's not so much. Yeah, you could speculate along those lines. Of course, you could. But at the same time, pardon me again. Sorry. I do it. But my mom's gonna go fucking mad at me when she sees this. But. Yeah, in terms of, I think the emphasis was really on because, like, again, with the Nostromo, like Nostromo is this big mechanical industrial,
but still have the tubes and the kind of like
it had
antral like kind of thing. Yeah, go on, sorry.
Okay, but anyway, it has this kind of like there's chains, there's rust, there's grease, there's like it doesn't look. It looks like a big industrial.
Everything is dirty. The screens are dirty.
Yeah.
The even the suits, they're like.
They've been used. They've been used for work.
Which is a complete contrast of the spaceships in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like some are white, some are like.
Yeah, they all look
pretty.
Pristine.
They all look pretty buttons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
but the point. Yeah, but anyway, what I'm trying to say is. Like what I thought was really cool anyway in terms of like the H.R. Geiger designs. This was what we were initially talking about. Was that what H.R. Geiger's designs effectively did is it offered not just like a biomechanical aspect to it, but it's just like it offered this kind of strangeness, this otherworldliness, this kind of difference. But it actually looks alien. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? It looks alien, as opposed to like I don't know something. When you see like. Alien spacecraft in most other movies, they kind of look very, they look slightly different, but kind of the same. But what I loved about these designs was like this massive fucking horseshoe-shaped structure that was like sticking up out of the planetary surface. That it doesn't look like it would work as a spaceship. But then again, in terms of the technology, you can only speculate.
Even
obviously,
the man on the chair or the alien on the chair.
Yeah, and had this like he was sitting on this chair,
and his nose was going into his belly. And it was part of the chair.
Well, and not only that, he had this like massive like fucking construction that looked like a massive periscope like coming up out of it. So that was obviously that was probably how he controlled the ship or whatever.
Oh, do you know how the Ridley Scott managed to have the scale of it to the chair to look huge? Do you know he has his I think it was his kid or his like a nephew. They put him on suits and it's just a little technique that you do
Clever.
to make a scale. Just like have little suit. And have you kids walking around. So that when they go up and they're like the thing is up showing up, you don't see their faces anymore. It's black.
Ah, clever.
The light is not shining on the face anymore.
Ah, clever.
That's because it's actually a kids running, like walking around.
Smart.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Like back then, again, we're talking about the late 70s, early 80s here, right? Mm-hmm. they didn't have the luxury of using CGI green screens.
Yeah.
They had to build shit, and it had to look right. I mean, a lot of it had to be done through clever camera trickery, like what we were talking about earlier with the spaceships slowly moving across. Those things were about the size of a fucking. That spaceship, in reality, was probably the size of this table.
But it's a sense of scale that you see everyday life when you run, like the car is running, you're looking at the window. If you're not driving, if you're like a passenger, if you're driving, just look in front of you. But if you look on the side,
good advice.
Good advice. But if you look to the side, you have the grass going very fast, the fences moving slower, and the mountain almost like not moving.
Yeah,
still
parallax.
moving, like the parallax.
Yeah.
So the thing to have this thing moving extremely slowly. You look close; it's very close to the camera, but it's moving so slowly that you think it's like huge.
Yeah, I know that they offer, and also the sound design helps when they hear the kind of low.
Yes, also the sound design a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot of sound design. Alien is very pushed on the sound design, and sometimes it's sound design that if you don't realize, it's there. Almost the sound design is telling you what something is going to happen.
In what sense?
For example, like when the guy, when Kane wake up, and he's in the meal. From the scene in the mean, there's this heartbeat. From the beginning, there's this heartbeat going on. Even though you like if you like, of course, I'm trying to take myself in the position of somebody that see the movie for the first time.
Right.
But like there's this heartbeat going on that just elevates the tension. Like like.
Yeah, because initially everyone's kind of jovial. You just come out, yeah.
You know why you don't hear it? Because there is like,
yeah, everyone's having banter.
I want to have like some real food when I come back home. There is so discussion, but the heartbeat is still there, but you don't hear it. But when there's silence, the heartbeat is like, it's not the. It's what I realized that the heartbeat was always there, but when there's silence that's why you hear it.
Yeah.
But
that's just intelligent sound design.
Yeah,
it's basically like things like some of the cues have to be kind of almost subliminal. Yeah,
It's same for the for example there's also this thing of heartbeats. For example, like when Ridley for the last scene tried to escape, the exploding imminent explosion of the Nostromo. This like wing, that goes like a
like a heartbeat.
Yeah, like a heartbeat, like yeah.
And also like and it does a brilliant job, especially like because obviously at this stage all the crew are dead. All right, the aliens have kind of murdered them all in one way, shape, or form. Mm-hmm. And you keep thinking she's off. Oh, poor Jonesy, he's going to end up getting murdered by the. At one point, that shot where like the alien kind of looks at the cat in the box.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, poor cat.
I know. You think the cat's about to get it?
The cat has respect for the cat because they're both killers.
Yeah, cats are very good killers. So are humans.
Funny fact about the cat: there was 3 cats on the shoot of that movie.
I can imagine.
3 cats. Do you know why there's 3 cats?
Why?
Because they need 1 cat that's very good at running away. There's 1 cat that's very good at hissing. And there's 1 cat that allowed itself to be pets. And it's easier. It's easier to have like basically instead of having 1 cat and try to making each one of them things, they have 3 cats that do one of those things separately. So if you want a cat that hates everybody, that hate everybody, they take a cat that hates everybody, that's Ginger. And so some of the scene, it's not the same cat. It's 3 cats actually.
Makes sense.
But
yeah, I kind of.
Yeah, but like that scene when she's walking around.
Yeah.
And she see the alien blocking her way to the shuttle. Like at some point, every time I see the movie, it's like basically just the third time I see the movie, but the second time that I can see good. Do you know when she go to the corridor and there's the wall look like an alien. Because it's pipes, it's like do you know that moment when I say like that's an epileptic warning over there, like I say that,
and when
the camera spin around, you because from your mind see there is the alien there.
Yeah,
but no, there's not. It's just the wall. But then there is the alien behind the corridor.
Yeah, because I missed that. You clocked that. I completely missed it.
Yeah, but like the ship looked like the alien. Basically, one of my theory was because. like of course I'm talking about the movie like the second and the third and the fourth never happened.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the movie without the lore that we have now about Alien.
Yeah.
So basically it's a perfect organism.
Yeah.
So and so to be the perfect organism, he has to be perfectly camouflaged himself. So I think the design of the alien is because the larva grew up in a spaceship and tried to mimic how spaceships look like. Pipes.
Well, the spaceship, yeah. But also in terms of the lore as well, like because it took a very humanoid form.
Oh, it's shared DNA from a human being. Yeah.
So yeah, there's like there's all kinds of mad lore that goes on with Alien.
But I like one of my theory that the alien look like that is that because it's born inside of a spaceship, and before it's shed for the first time, it looked like how the spaceship looked like, and basically make its design to be matching like the walls, the pipes, and everything. Like,
maybe you might be right. I don't know.
Like I mean, yeah. So it would have been great that you have different alien. It depends of the places they do, like a jungle. It could be like more leaf kind of thing or so. But we never have that. Aliens are aliens. They all look the same.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing though. It's like I remember. I don't know. If, you know in Predator 2?
Is that the one?
That's the one with Danny Glover in LA.
I don't remember. I never watched this one.
Oh, okay.
I never watched this one. Is that the one in Los Angeles?
Yes.
Okay.
Right at the very end. I'm going to spoil this for you.
Yeah.
Right at the very end.
I think I spoiled myself for this movie.
Okay.
Go on.
But anyway, and I'll spoil it for you if you haven't seen it. But right at the very end, right, Danny Glover is inside the Predator ship, and the Predators are they're hunters. They're game hunters.
Yeah.
And you can see all the trophies they have on the wall, and there's an alien skull in there.
Skull, yeah.
And that was only
before there was a Predator alien.
Oh yeah, before there was any talk of that.
Yeah.
Before there's any talk of that, and it was only ever really done as a bit of an Easter egg.
Yes.
But this is the problem. The Easter egg kind of, spread. Ended up taking on a life of its own, and then you had all these stupid Alien versus Predator movies, which is a real shame. Because, like, to be honest with you, as far as I'm concerned, there's only Alien and Aliens. Everything else, I'm not really that fucking interested in.
Also, like there was some scene that was cut that didn't make sense for the Ridley Scott. There was left in the director's cut. For example, Replay should have seen the body of what's the name of the two character of Dallas and Brett.
Yeah,
being used to make new eggs inside the Nostromo, but that scene was cut because you never find their body.
Right.
So there was like a scene that showed that Ripley is going through the ship, and she saw like a kind of the beginning of the the kind of the hive thing going on. He removed that scene, and he removed that scene in the movie for some reason, and he did the director cut and put it there. But then he said like, yeah, it's better to see the movie without this. So the world of what's the name of the second Aliens director?
James Cameron
make more sense basically.
Because there's a lot more expansion in terms of the the Aliens lore in the second movie. With the Alien Queen and all that kind of stuff.
Ridley Scott said that his favorite version is still the theatrical release version, even though he did the director cut.
Yeah, I mean that's the one we watched the theatrical cut because that's the one available on Disney Plus. I think
that's the theatrical cut. Yeah. The director's cut is, as I tell you, which is very strange, is shorter than the theatrical cut, even though there is more scene because he kind of snipped a little bit of some of the scenes, so it makes more sense as well. Like but like I like the theatrical release. I never seen the director's cut. But like director's cut sometimes could be a bit strange. I think
sometimes the problem
we watched the director's cut of Leon together. Yeah, there's like more scenes that make a bit more like
that film makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
Like the first one makes slightly uncomfortable. The director cut,
the ick factor in that movie is just overwhelming.
Yeah, but like it's the director cut is more ick factor.
Oh, way more.
And I'm watching the Lord of the Rings.
Director's cut.
I've never watched it, and you know what? I'm the one who everybody's gonna hate me. I think the theatrical cut is better. It's snappier. It's it get to the point.
The problem with director's cuts, sometimes they can be. I'm not saying they always are.
Too much.
They're overindulgent.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's too much of one food. Do you know like?
Yeah, it's just like there's
a difference between the perfect bite and overfill. Like
Yeah, but also the thing is, right, when it comes to director's cut, it's like as I always like to say, creativity is born of constraint, all right? And sometimes constraints, one of the major constraints, the two major constraints when it comes to cinema, right, that are valid. I mean, sometimes studio execs getting in the way, they're a constraint of themselves and they should be basically told to fuck off. But in terms of it's always budget and time. Those are the major constraints. So when you're putting a movie together, you've only got so much time to put it together, right? And the longer it takes you to do it, the more money it costs the studio. So they're going to turn around to you and say, right, this needs to be ready by this date, so we can put it out into theaters. Whether it was 1979, 2009, or 2023, it doesn't matter.
Same with a video game as well, or
any kind of commercial creative enterprise, right? So and also when it comes to theatrical cuts, more often than not, I mean, they become a lot more bloated these days, especially in the event of the Avengers, and
not the Avengers. The it was a DC one. It's like the Avengers, but DC.
Justice League.
Yeah.
Look, anyway, the point I'm making is, right, in the last few years have become a lot more bloated, but generally speaking, there's only so many theaters, so many seats. So you want to get as many showings as is possible in every theater. So you don't want a 4, 5, 6 hour picture. You want about 2.5 hours at a push. 2.5 hours, 4 showings over 10 hours. Over 10 hours. Boom.
Like, let's say Lord of the Ring extended version is a bit hard. I think it's 3 hours every time.
Yeah. No, it's not even that. I think they're longer.
They're longer. I think that sometimes they feel longer.
Yeah, it's not they feel. I think they are. If we were to, I'm not going to do it, but if we were to look up, but the problem with director's cuts is they tend to be quite overindulgent for the director anyway, because it's like, oh, now I've got no restrictions from the studio, so I can now tell the story I intended to tell. And oh good God, look, ladies, aren't you spoiled? Anyway, so yeah, like more often. So yeah, what was I saying again? I mean, that's throwing me off now.
Sorry, it's me. I'm sorry, I shouldn't show.
You sexy bastard.
No, you were talking about fuck's sake. You're talking about time and restraints.
Yeah, time and restraints. So basically, when it comes to director's cuts, irrespective of what they are, I mean, the only real director's cuts I think I've seen are. Have I seen the Lord of the Rings? I think I have. I'm not sure. But I've definitely seen Blade Runner, the director's cut. And in fairness, I mean, I'm not a biggest fan of the original Blade Runner. At me, I don't fucking care. But the director's cut is a better movie than the theatrical cut. I don't think it can be argued.
How many versions of Blade Runner there is?
That's a fucking good point. There's a few.
There's one with one with Harrison Ford is basically narrating the whole thing.
That's the original theatrical cut. That's shit.
Okay, there's one. So I think that's the reason why I like Ridley Scott. There's a reason why I don't like Blade Runner. It's a mess of kind of.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it either.
I mean, things like Ridley Scott is one of these directors who I either love his movies or I hate them.
That's good. That's good.
Do you know what I mean? For me, he's a very polarized director for me. Yeah. And that's not to say that he's not a brilliant artist or he's not a brilliant director. He is.
He's a brilliant director.
Do you know what I mean? He's a fantastic director.
But we're not going to talk about some movies.
What?
We're not going to talk about another movie.
Why not?
No, I'm joking. As a joke, I was saying that we're not going to talk about another Ridley Scott that we all hate.
Oh well, look. Blade Runner, I'm not a fan of. I think I've said that on a few of these podcasts.
Prometheus.
Oh, fuck Prometheus.
I never remember Prometheus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's a movie, literally, I was pointing it out. I was like, we're not going to say this movie. But he already forgot what it was. It's a movie that John never wants to remember.
No. I try and wipe it from my fucking mind. I hate that fucking film. It's so, oh, God, every character in it is a fucking retard.
We talked about it in the podcast before Prometheus. We did talk about it.
We didn't. We never actually have done a Prometheus podcast, but every time it's come up, it's just been no. I hate that fucking film.
Maybe we'll do but
I think we should do one day.
But if we do in retrospective of Ridley Scott, we should have
Prometheus in it
and to talk about it because it's part of his even if it's a bad part.
Yeah, I know.
It's still part of his.
The thing is, I always say to this because every time we bring Prometheus up,
the best trailer of all time.
Yeah, best trailer of all time. It's a fucking awful movie. And what's the next movie you made? One of my fucking favourites, The Martian.
Yeah, next after that.
You know, I love The Martian.
So it's for that. I think it's because you want to forgive. You want to forgive Ridley Scott for Prometheus. You because you love so much The Martian, you're ready to forget about Prometheus. Do you know it's like like what parents like basically have the first child and the kids are always ugly, but you don't remember how ugly he was. You know, like it's just like he was cute. Like like no, he was not cute. He was ugly.
I'm not sure that works as an analogy, but we'll go with it.
Oh.
But I think but things like I will say this: like Ridley Scott is without doubt one of the greatest directors to ever live. All right.
Yeah.
Quite happily admit that. Do I love all these movies? No, I don't. Right, Blade Runner, don't like. Prometheus, I fucking absolutely bore. But then he's done Martian. He's done Gladiator.
Thank you.
He's done. He's done Gladiator. I mean, like he's done some fucking good movies. Like,
is it Outer Heaven? Is it him as well? Or Land of
Outer Heaven. Are you thinking of fucking Metal Gear?
No, I'm talking about the one with. I think the one is Jerusalem.
Oh, is that the one with Orlando Bloom?
Yes.
Yeah,
Outer Heaven or
I can't remember. He also did like Alexander the Great with Colin Farrell.
And he's doing Napoleon now.
Is that him?
I think so. Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott. Yep.
Ridley Scott. So, oh yeah. Actually, he's doing Gladiator 2 as well.
And that's in project. That's in project.
No, don't do sequels, Ridley. You suck at them. Great Expectation. Oh no, this is going back 2023. Is that as a producer?
Maybe I'm wrong.
Hold on a second. I
was doing Napoleon.
No, these are old. I've got to go back. Hold on a second. Right, we're having a look at it now. Boston Strangler, Kaleidoscope, Good Fight, Raised by Wolves.
So just tap Napoleon on Google and it will give you the director.
I can't be asked.
Okay, cool.
It's not relevant to the conversation. Okay, so look, I'm going to try and find some of the films that like The Martian. I adore that film. Fucking love it. Child 44, King G. He's done a lot. Galentine, Get Santa, Exodus, Gods and Kings. I think you're thinking of there.
Exodus. Oh, the Exodus. Oh, yeah.
Before I Go to Sleep, Italy in a Day, Klondike, The Vatican. Let's go back right away. Hold a second. Well,
he helped like musically.
Right, so okay. Blade Runner. Well, we all know about Blade Runner. Thelma and Louise directed. That's not a bad movie. Conquest of Paradise, Monkey Trouble, Look, is G.I. Jane.
He was a producer.
Gladiator
is there.
Gladiator.
Hannibal was a producer.
Yeah, that would make sense because like he's got his own. Because like both him and his brother Tony, they have their own production company, Scott Free. Tony died a few years ago, unfortunately. Robin Hood.
Producer.
Are these just his producer credits? They are his fucking producer credits.
There's just his producer credits.
Like, oh, for fuck's sake! I want his director credits. God damn it! Director. That's what we want. Previous 51. Okay, let's get back. Let's go.
51 movies.
Yeah. He's done, right, Z Cars was his first. Oh yeah, he was on Z Cars. That was a TV series in the 60s. So,
Alien.
But The Duelists. I haven't seen that. It's supposed to be a good movie. That Alien, Blade Runner.
He did the ad for Apple Mac when.
That's right. Yeah,
yeah.
He did the Lisa ad. Yeah, the very famous Lisa ad. Yeah. Legends. Some sort of Black Rain. Thelma and Louise. Yep. Conquest Paradise, Gladiator. White Squall, Gladiator.
Kingdom of Heaven. That's the one I was thinking of. Kingdom of Heaven.
Yes. Kingdom of Heaven, 2005. Yeah. Black Hawk Down, great film.
I didn't know he directed Robin Hood.
Yep, directed that as well.
Prometheus.
Body of Lies, but fuck Prometheus. Yeah. So like, I mean, look, he's got a fairly all the money in the world. Alien Covenant. I'm dreading watching that. Raised by Wolves. So he's done.
I'm sorry, it was not Napoleon. I don't think he directed.
Yeah, he's not directing. No, wait a minute. Upcoming. Yeah, he's directing.
That's right.
He is directing Napoleon. And Gladiator 2 is in production. And I don't understand why he needs to direct Queen.
But the untitled Alien prequel.
Ridley, all right, for the love of all that is God, for the love of mankind, do us all a favour, yeah? You've bollocksed it up the last couple of attempts. Can you just fuck off and leave it alone?
Can you give him a second chance? He came back.
He's had 2 chances. Prometheus, Alien Covenant. Does he need any more? No, Ridley, please, Ridley, for me.
I got to turn down your mic for a second.
Please, fuck off from the Alien franchise. Have nothing more to do with it. I know
other people can do
you
better.
created it. I know that you created it, and it's your baby, and you feel very passionately about it, and I do empathise. But the last couple of attempts have absolutely sucked. Like, please leave it alone, please, for your own good. For your own reputation. You've got so many good films in your back catalogue, mate. Alien being one of them. Alien's an amazing movie, right? And James Cameron went on and bettered it. And everyone else afterwards has fucked up, including you. So just leave it the fuck alone, please. Thank you.
You say we should leave the Alien franchise alone?
Do you know what? There's a lot of franchises that need to be just fucking left alone, in general. Like Predator. Can we just leave that the fuck alone now? Like, the first 2 movies, great. Everything else after it, fuck off.
There is no Predator after the Predator 2. Oh, there is Prey, the Predator 3. I forgot about those
and
ones.
Predators.
Oh, I forgot about those.
Yeah, there's loads of fucking crappy Predator projects.
Apparently, the Disney Prey is pretty good.
We could maybe check it out at some point, but no. The thing is, like, there's so many franchises. I mean, Marvel, I think, should fuck off. I've said this in previous. I think DC, like James Gunn, should really just like, okay, you're now in charge of DC. Why don't you just do everyone a favour
and get something new?
Just fuck off for about 5 years. Work out what it is you're going to do properly, and then come back. Yeah. Right, come back swinging. Everyone's forgot about it. Everyone gets nostalgic, and then come back with something else. If we have to endure more DC movies,
wait 5 years so people can kind of allow themselves to appreciate. Oh, that's right. Do you know when you say like this movie come out? Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, yeah.
But yeah, I think the Alien franchise. Look, we had Alien and we've got Aliens. 2 brilliant movies. From two. Like, look, again, I'm not disparaging Ridley Scott as a director. He is a very good director. He's made some very good films. But by Christ, just leave the Alien franchise alone, please, mate.
Like, but going back to the Aliens.
Yeah, going back to Alien. But the thing is, right, you got to bear in mind. Again, the great thing about the Alien, the original Alien, 1969, like, because again, they were using tech. Also, like, in terms of the computer tech, it looks really dated. Yeah, but you got to bear in mind, because this is something I was thinking about while I was watching the movie. You do know, like, you know the one of the rovers on Mars, the latest one that went out there. What was it called?
Discovery? No, Discovery is the. Can I say something? Can you just not yell anymore? Because I think she's kind of asleep or something like that.
Oh, sorry. I forget I forget this is just done his front. But don't do it.
It's not only the 2 of us.
Yeah, it's okay. Fair enough.
There's people living here as well.
Yeah, this is a house. This isn't. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Right, I'll try and keep my passions to a minimum. But anyway, what was I saying again?
You were saying about the Aliens franchise.
Yeah, I just think like there's no doubt about it, right? In terms of like what I know what I was talking about. I was talking about how like in like say with NASA,
yes,
they don't use brand new cutting edge technology. No. They use something that is proven and that works.
For example, the Soyuz rocket was used to send people to the National Space Station. Yeah. Even though it was like there was no screen. No, there's screen, but like there's like basically it was the same technology since 1970s.
Yeah, but also like with the say with the Martian rovers, the last one went up there. I can't remember what it was called. I keep thinking Promiscuity, but that's really not its name. But I think it was called Perseverance or something like that. It was one of the rovers anyway. But they used, I think it was an Intel Pentium processor from the 1990s
because
as its main CPU, because it's reliable old tech. You know, it's not something that's cutting edge. It doesn't have like loads of fancy features that are liable to fail. It has to be reliable because it's going like millions of miles away on another fucking planet. It has to work.
It's for that the ship Nostromo even today makes sense.
Yeah. Because in some ways it doesn't make sense. Artificial gravity, what the fuck?
I know, yeah, but like it's far in the future.
Well, even then, like artificial gravity. In terms of physics, centrifugal is usually the best way.
Yes, that's how you make.
No, it's either centrifugal or thrust.
There's no way you can create gravity from nothing.
No, like you can't just create gravity. You can just stick it onto the floor.
Magnet boots. But you're still in zero. Everything around you is still in zero.
Yeah, but things like there's two ways you can create. Yeah, is either centrifugal spinning or thrust going forward very fast.
Oh, like in The Expanse.
Like in The Expanse. So those are the two ways that it works. So like, obviously there are a few like scientific, some things that can be queried that don't make a lot of sense. But in terms of like just set design, also like another thing that we haven't really spoken about. Do you remember when we were talking about the thing?
Yes.
And I said the great thing about the thing is the dynamics amongst the crew.
Yeah.
Same thing in Alien.
Like and also apparently Ridley Scott was inspired by the previous movie that we watched. This should be named. By Chainsaw Massacre. It was very inspired by this to make the Alien. But I think what was the thing that the last movie that we watched there, we didn't know the crew. We didn't care about them. So then them, you kind of like them from the beginning because they always joke. Yeah. They always think like this relationship with the character of the character of Parker.
Parker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's class. I like Parker.
Like how long you will take you to fix it? Like
17 hours.
17 hours. 25 hours.
Just shit like that. He's far. I mean, he was class. I mean, like Parker, and he was, and he was one of the last to die. Him and to be honest, the only real character that I didn't like was Veronica Cartwright-Lambert. She was just basically like the typical screaming female. Do you know what I mean?
She was, yeah.
She was just like she was sometimes the voice of caution. We should get out of here.
She's the one to tell everybody to blow that thing and get out in the space shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the space shuttle, shuttle.
Yeah, which they ended up doing anyway.
Yeah, she ended up doing it anyway. I think maybe a part with Bigger in an extended cut.
Maybe. I just think that, aside from being the voice of caution, she was just basically there to scream at the alien. Do you know what I mean? Because like Ridley Scott.
It's the same for the character of Brett. It was just there to die.
Yeah,
Brett and Lambert. Brett and Lambert were basically the two characters that there was supportive character.
Yeah, true. But also like I think with Ripley though, Ripley was kind of like, especially at the time, she would be like a revolutionary character because she was A, female, B, a bit of a fucking badass.
Yeah, she was badass.
She confronted authority like,
many times.
Like she took the initiative. She was.
She didn't need anybody to sell her.
No, basically like she by the end she was. This is the thing is like this whole thing lately, right?
About strong female characters.
Strong female characters, right? Look, I'm all for like strong female characters. I think they're important. Do you know what I mean?
This one is a real strong female character. It's not a character that's basically invincible.
Yeah, she's human, and she's been chased by a fucking alien. And by the end, you see her utter fear. I mean, she screams, she runs, she's this utter panic. There's genuine, like, especially right at the end when there's no one else around. Like when the alien kind of sneaks aboard the escape shuttle, and she through
the corner. She look at the corner of a helmet,
and the alien's just like ah.
Yeah, there you go.
But things like she had to fucking like think on her feet.
Yeah,
and she had to fucking like come up with a creative solution because you're never going to beat it fighting it.
Or even when she, for example, she see the alien at the door of the space shuttle.
Yeah,
she melts. She's like, you see the fright on her heart. Like she's melted. Almost, she's like a leg turned to jelly, and just like trying to slide.
Yeah, but also you got to bear in mind, like not only that, she's about to basically like strip off to get into the
shuttle.
No, not the shuttle. The sleeping pod.
The sleeping pod.
Yeah, into the sleeping pod. So she's getting ready to get into that. So straight away now she's at her most vulnerable. She's virtually. She's walking around in panties and a fucking vest top.
Yeah, right? She have no armor on.
No armor. She's got no protection. Right. So at that point, like she's at her most vulnerable at that point.
Yeah.
Right. So when the alien reveals itself, she runs into like a locker, which luckily had the spacesuits in, and through like a bit of cop on, she thinks, right, okay, if I can get into my fucking suit, right, and I can go up there and I can open the back door and fucking like get the vacuum to drag that bastard out.
Yeah.
Then
just open the window, like
yeah, oh yeah, exactly.
It's the same as you have a bug at home.
Yeah,
it's just like
or
you have
like
a big massive bug at your place flying around. Just like open the window. I hope that it goes away. Like,
oh, actually, you know something. Speaking of that, I mean, because do you remember those photographs I showed you? I took at the bat at my mum's place.
no, you never did. The bat?
Yeah, you said they were banging shots. I showed them to you like ages ago. Anyway, there was like basically one day.
One bat that came down the.
Yeah, because basically my mum, right, because where my mum lives, she lives like in the middle of fucking nowhere.
We're living in the middle of fucking nowhere.
We're in Kentmere. I'm in Killarney.
Oh yeah, but like yes, I mean, Kenmare is the middle of fucking nowhere, and Killarney is also the middle of fucking nowhere. Compared to
compared to like big cities, yeah, they're just towns in Ireland. Anyway, right, but anyway, like I was sitting at my mum's place, and she really is up in the wild. She's like up in the mountain, up in the hills, right? Mm-hmm. So anyway, like, and she has like basically a little kind of fireplace with a tube coming right out of it.
Stove.
Yeah, well, it's not a stove. It's just a little fireplace. Little fireplace with a fucking tube coming out of it right to let out the smoke. Anyway, one day, my mum asked me to kind of like throw some stuff into it. I open it up and there's a fucking bat in there, right? And so so it starts flapping around and it escapes out. And then it flies around the place, and we open up all the windows, and we're trying to get it out. We're trying to like shoo it out. Mm-hmm. We do get it out eventually, but not after it kind of flies around the place and kind of headbutts a few windows and everything else. God bless the poor fucking thing. So yeah, so I had something similar to that.
Yeah, so like the alien, you try to
open a window.
Bon, salut Camille. Désolé par rapport à John. Ça va? Ça va, parfait.
Okay.
So sorry
for the noise.
The noise. Yeah.
Sorry. This is the joys of shooting out of Roman's front room. But anyway, so anyway, yeah, it's a similar sort of thing. Well, not a similar sort of thing, but but getting back to Ripley though, I mean, like in terms of being a strong female character, like she used her wiles. She was vulnerable, but even in vulnerable situations, she used her intelligence. She used her wiliness. She used cunning, and these are all like, especially when you're in a very dangerous situation. Like, yeah, those to come out on top using those attributes, like
not physical attributes, not strength.
Yeah, because look, it doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. If you're going up against a fucking like a monster that can actually rip you to pieces without thinking too much about it, you're not going to beat it for strength. You're not going to go out. I mean, like for instance, even in the sequel, when Ripley goes up against the Alien Queen, what does she do? She gets into a fucking suit. She gets into a big fucking like mech suit and smashes the fuck out of it. So like, so yeah. This is what I like about Ripley's basically what I would call the perfect strong female character.
She is. She is the perfect strong female character.
Do you know what I mean? And there are others like her.
And you know what? You can like argue with that. That she's not the strongest female character. She is one of the strongest female characters.
Yeah.
Present in cinema.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, if you want a strong female character, if you want to base your story on a strong female character, base it on, like, use her as the example.
Yeah.
Use like Sarah Connor as the example. You hear all these like examples being used because like I think modern Hollywood seems to have forgotten about all of that. To be perfectly honest with you.
But I think is Replay kind of a
What?
I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think at first Replay was written as a male character.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe. I think I heard. I think I heard that. Maybe I'm not. But like, would you think that she's a bit of a rough cut?
Oh, she's a bit of a tomboy.
I forgot that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, she's a bit of a tomboy. But
there's nothing wrong with tomboys. I love tomboys.
Whatever you're into, mate. But no, in terms of like, yeah, I mean, so what? Do I think she was written as male? No, I don't. I don't think she was written as a male character. Now, whether you're right, whether I'm right, it really doesn't fucking matter. But I don't honestly believe she was written. I think she was written intentionally as a female character.
I hope so.
And not only that, it's like you got to bear in mind, Sigourney Weaver is a statuesque woman. Like even now, I mean, she's
badass.
I mean, she's over 6 foot tall.
That's tall. I think.
Yeah.
I thought you say metaphorically.
No, literally. She's a statuesque. She's a very tall lady.
Statuesque.
Yeah, and not only that. I mean, back in when she was younger, she was very athletically built. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So like, so she convinces as that kind of character as well.
She does. Yeah.
Do you know, it's not like a case where
she can basically work physically.
Yeah, exactly. You believe her in that role.
Yeah.
It's not that she's not. She's an incredibly attractive woman. I mean, even now she's still a very attractive woman. But the thing is, like, I could believe her in that role. I could believe her being as, I could believe she's a very believable. She's a great actress in a very believable role, and and the rest of the cast as well. You got to bear in mind, like John Hurt is he's a well-respected British actor. Mm-hmm. Same with Ian Holm, very well-respected British actor. I mean, the rest of the guys I'm not as familiar with, but she was in a cast of solid actors. And all of them played their role. I mean, like even with Tom Skerritt as Dallas, he was, I'd think he was a good leader. I think, I liked all the characters in this actually, because like as you said earlier on, especially at the start when they all woke up again, there was a bit of banter.
They share a meal. They share they laugh together.
Yeah.
They're
mates. I mean, there's a bond there that you could well believe because they've been together probably through thick and thin.
Do you know why they are like believable as well? They're trucker. They're like working class, they're everybody else.
They're the everyman. You can they're believable in that sense. It's like if they
don't do that for science or for humanity or for glory. They do that because they want to get paid.
Yeah,
they're doing a job and they want to get paid. Like
exactly, and they're always talking about it as well. Especially at the start of the movie, they're always going on about how much money they're going to get paid. Do you know what I mean? Because like.
I thought this could look veiled or a bit greedy or stuff like that. But no, they're just regular people. They're just like...
no, but everyone does the same fucking thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
But in movies, sometimes when you have a character that's want to get paid, sometimes it's like, no, don't want to get paid. Everybody wants to get paid. But focus on money, stuff like that. You think they're avaricious or stuff like that. But no, they're not. They're just those people that you see there. They're just human beings.
Yeah, but things like again, as someone who used to work in construction, right? Yeah. As I used to do,
and it's not an easy job. Working on a Nostromo is not an easy job.
Yeah, but in terms of like real world comparison, right, which I can provide a little bit of unique insight here.
Go on.
Please say we're recording.
We are recording.
All right. But as anyway, all right, because having someone who's been in those kind of environments myself, like
hardworking job.
Yeah, hardworking job. Everyone's that's the one thing is like everyone goes on about how much they're getting paid, how much they should be getting paid. Then no one's ever getting paid enough. Do you know what I mean?
It's never. No,
yeah, it's like it's like how much you want? Like I'm on X amount an hour or X amount a day. I should be getting we should be getting paid more than that. Blah 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 blah. It's a conversation that frequently goes on within like industrial conversations, if you like. So as someone who's been in that position, sitting down and watching it, it's like, I can identify with this.
Yeah,
I can actually
connect,
identify.
You can connect with those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Compared to the hippie. We don't even know if they were hippie or stuff like that in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, they were dopes.
They were dopes.
They're stupid fucking idiots, each and every single one of them. This is why I really didn't like the movie. I mean, like, the podcast wasn't especially long when we were talking about it, and for good fucking reason. There isn't really a lot to talk about. Like all the characters were idiots. Like whether it's the hippy dippy kids or the absolutely revolting family, the father and the two brothers, like Leatherface and his other fucking weirdo wacko brother. Generally speaking, it's not a good movie. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Yes, I can understand its influence in terms of horror.
It did influence this one.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, I can understand the influence, but the thing is, like, Ridley Scott took the horror concept and put a sci-fi dressing on it, but surrounded it with characters that you could believe in. The same thing happened with the Thing. The Thing was like, again, I wasn't as big a fan of the way they,
they designed the Thing.
Yeah, the design of the Thing, the alien, but in terms of the relationship between the crew and the mistrust and like who's really a thing and all that kind of stuff, you
can believe that basically at some point somebody's going to do something drastic and try to kill another guy because the Thing is a thing.
Yeah, I mean you can believe that tension. So like this, and in a different kind of way, you can believe the tension amongst the crew. Like Ash turned out not only to be a fucking robot or an android as they are later called. Not only did he turn out to be an android, but he also turned out to be a traitor because, like, you find out later on that because after Dallas dies as chief science officer, he had
access to the mothership computer,
and when when Ripley goes in herself and uses her override to look for answers from Mother turns around and goes, well, crew's expendable, capture the alien, bring it back for observation. Yeah, fuck the crew, they're expendable. Right. So Ash basically is a backstabber. He's a traitor.
Oh, so
he's
like she had an
inside man.
She had a nosebleed before the fight with Ash. I don't understand that moment. They're like she pushed Ash inside the computer room. It's just push her, like, and then when she come back and Ash is like blocking all the way and they start fighting, she already start bleeding from her nose. Like
again, that's probably another little kind of post production error. Do you know, maybe a scene was cut or maybe this is the problem. I think the problem with Alien is there's certain.
Or sometimes the actor could bleed. Literally, the actor could just have a nosebleed or stuff like that.
Maybe, yeah,
that happened before.
In what?
And I was watching something about the movie, and one of the actresses had a nosebleed during the thing, and they used the shot with the nosebleed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she had a nosebleed. Like it happens. You had a nosebleed. Like
I've had nosebleeds. Yeah, of course. But
also he was bleeding as well. He was bleeding milk as well, even though she was not that hard on him.
I think the problem is, right?
I think you're right. It was a scene that was missing.
I think basically what's happened is like, I mean, I'm only speculating here.
Yes.
One or two things happened, I think, because like you're dealing with film, right? If anything about the original kind of roll of film gets damaged, if it's like if it's not properly exposed or anything like that,
not properly contained as well.
Yeah. If anything happens to the film, you've got basically you can end up losing like an entire day.
It's the same with SD card and data.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I've had. That's my phone. Fuck. Keep them entertained.
Copyright. Oh my god. The copyright.
This is what happens when you don't put on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah. That was your.
Doesn't matter who it is.
Okay,
right. Anyway, what are we talking about?
We're talking about sometimes how it can,
say film could get damaged or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, film could get damaged in one way, shape, or form. So you lose like certain scenes.
Scene could be underexposed or do
exactly.
Like that.
So like this is the thing. It's like not only that. One thing I was going to say, because you mentioned SD cards and that. I mean, you've been through it as well. I know I have.
I felt, yeah.
Yeah, or you've accidentally. I remember when I was in New York, I lost I managed to recover quite a few of them, but I ended up losing quite a lot of my photos from when I was in New York simply because my external hard drive had a bit of a fucking mare. Mm-hmm. So, it's easily done.
So see, it's happened to movies as well.
Yeah, of course it has. So basically what I suspect may have happened, and I could be completely fucking wrong, so I'm totally speculating here, But what may have happened is certain scenes may have, for one reason or another, not been available, and they've had to make do with the
could be also the audio didn't work, or
it could be anything. Error.
But like also the thing I was talking about after that scene, when you realize that Ash is a robot, there's this fight scene going on. Very cool. I think the choreography looked very cool. So like the one he has his head down and they start to try to fight the robot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. But when they put the thing on the table, like the Ash head on the table, and
they did the best with what they had.
No. Ridley Scott, I was talking about that earlier. It's one of the scenes that he regrets because he could have just, instead of like put the head, then cut, which is awful because it cut to the same thing but different heads.
Yeah.
He should have put the thing like this, cut to the crew. So the head faces what the head is facing, and face back to the head with the actor instead.
Right.
Because you see that happening at the end.
What's that?
It's like the Ridley talks the thing, and then the guy we saw Ridley, we saw the head face, and he says something that really doesn't like, and back to Ridley, she go for the action and punch the thing. But the thing is like the not the actor, the animatronic.
Right, okay.
The puppetry, like the thing like that. So that it was like cut to replay, and when she landing the punch, it's another like thing. Like
gotcha.
So like to cut to it's what when you for example, it's what sometimes when I tell you in your editing, instead of cutting into the same camera, just cut to another camera, then cut back to what you want to do, like So the cut is like
he's talking about my JDAs.
Yeah.
Because I'm a rank amateur, it's just like editing is tough, and all I'm doing is editing for a fucking JDA for a JDA episode on the channel. It's another thing altogether. Like editing, especially editing in with film.
Yeah.
Like so, a physical media. So you're editing with film. If anything goes wrong with it, you're fucked.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder to do it then, and it's hard enough doing what I'm doing. So going back to editing in film, like there's certain, because the thing is, like what I get the feeling with this movie is maybe it was time constraints, maybe it was other technical issues. I think like this film, in spite of the fact it's a very good movie, it's still a very good movie, but in spite of that, I think there was a certain like unforced errors here and there. Do you know what I mean? That
something that the director they have no control of.
Yeah, I mean, like I think, I just think that, there's certain little like we mentioned earlier with the plot gap, the plot hole with everyone suddenly knowing about the alien even though no one's seen it. There's certain little things about it that kind of like, oh Jesus, but I think in spite of all that, it still really holds up as a really good movie.
Uh-huh.
I think basically what it is it all that does is it takes it down. Say if I was going to score it might take it down from a 9 to an 8.5 or something. It knocks it down a little bit, but not enough for it to be a bad movie. It still holds up fantastically well. In terms of its atmosphere, it's fantastic. The monster is absolutely brilliant.
So can I say something?
Of course you can.
It doesn't. Sometimes does it prove that it doesn't matter? Is there some rough thing there, here and there?
Yeah.
But if you believe in your story and the core of the story is there, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like again, it's like always, you can always pick holes. Like,
yes, of course.
Like I mean, if you like, we could call ourselves critics. I don't really see us as being critics. I just like talking about movies. And I like talking about creativity. I think the creative process, irrespective of medium, for me is very fascinating. Another thing that I find fascinating is the dissonance between money and creativity, because they are unnatural bedfellows that unfortunately they kind of need each other, but they don't sit well with each other. Whether it's movie studios, or whether it's movie makers and movie studios, whether it's singer-songwriters and
producer.
Not producers, record companies,
yeah.
Whether it's artists and auctioneers, like there's always this kind of like uncomfortable dissonance between art and money, and I find that particularly fascinating because, I mean, like in terms of just like most creatives, what we wish for more than anything else is being able to just create whatever it is we want to create without any hindrance or burden. But the problem is that's not realistic, right? Because there is always constraint. This is why I always say creativity is born of constraint, because there is always constraints there. But I think what happens a lot, again, whether it's movie studios, whether it's record companies, whatever, these kind of institutional financial bodies that are over the creative process, like some people within those bodies, even though they haven't got a creative bone in their body, still think they can come up with creative solutions. Or like,
no, those are marketing solutions.
And I know more often than not, also what they'll do is they'll look to the past to see what worked in the past and kind of just do the same thing over and over again. It's like we see with video games at the moment.
Well, we saw we see in the last 10 years of cinema.
Well, yeah, superhero movie.
Or like, yeah.
You know, everyone wants their own.
We're taking everything that worked in the 90s and 80s and bringing it back today.
Well, it's not even that. It's like right now, like, you know, in the last 15 years, right? DC's tried to do it. It's still trying to do it. Their own cinematic universe. Apparently, Mattel, after the success of the Barbie movie, they want to produce their own cinematic universe with all their properties.
What's the Mattel property again?
Mattel.
G.I. Joe? No.
No. Mattel are the toy company.
I know, but what's the property?
Barbie. G.I. Joe.
Is it G.I. Joe about Mattel?
I thought you said Diageo. I was like, no.
Diageo
is a spirits company.
I remember Action Man from Mattel.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Anything owned by Mattel. So what they want to do is they want to create their own cinematic universe.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking to do now. So like that's what they, you know, that's what movie studios think is the successful thing. We're gonna create a cinematic universe, you know. And to be honest with you, I mean. Or like another thing, it's like video games is a good example. I was listening to a podcast about it a couple of days ago, and I think it was quite interesting. The fact that, you know, what a lot of video game publishers will do is they'll see what other people are doing, and what they want is they want to do the same thing. So they saturate the market. It's like right now, you know, it's Fortnite.
I think it's getting tired now, but it's like you say, like Fortnite, all those battle royale game, like
PUBG.
But this is getting tired now, like
yeah. But the thing is though, there's still companies out there thinking they're going to make money doing that.
And before that, it was FPS. Everybody was doing FPS. You know, like do you know, like
But the thing is, like the real innovation. Well, the point I'm making is the real innovations, because that's you know, creatives tend to look forward. Do you know what I mean? Creative people, artists, movie makers, whatever else, they're trying to look forward. They're trying to create something new. I mean, more often, look, there's nothing new, nothing original under the sun. We're always kind of iterating.
We are creating nothing.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
those are
it's not that sentence. It's like basically, everybody had that. Like, no, so what I meant. I'll try. Just take it back. You saying?
No. Well, Pablo Picasso said that after seeing the Skull Caves.
We create but like it's not the right one. Go back to what you were saying.
Yeah, well, no, all of it is valid. Yeah. What you're saying there is valid as well. We haven't, but
there's nothing new under the sun. Like as far as I said that.
Yeah, exactly. And there's nothing new under the sun. You're absolutely right there. I'm not criticizing you, but at the same time, like, there's. You know, creatives tend to try and look forward, try and, you know, do something new, create something new. Yes, they may take inspiration from, you know, other places, but they'll try and create new stories and try and create something new for the, try and create something new. And then, like, for instance, Alien was something that was, at the time, very new. It was a horror movie set in space.
Yeah.
Right?
We didn't have a lot.
At all, I don't think.
No, I don't think it was.
Right, it was, you know. So they created a horror movie in space. It really fucking worked because, like,
space is pretty horrific when you think about it. Also, can I say something about Alien to compare to all the space franchise?
If you want.
For example, like, do you know the landing of the Nostromo on the planet?
Yeah.
It's so hard to land. It's like do you know, like Star Wars is like when Star Wars they go to planet. It's like they cycle to another, like like a street. You know, like it's fucking easy. You know, like they're there, they go there, they land. It's so fucking easy.
Yeah.
They cut, they swipe, cut. They're in the planet. That's it. The Nostromo landing on the planet is like like it's complicated. Everything is like if they want to do something, it's going to be very complicated to do it.
And it goes wrong.
It goes wrong. Like, goes wrong. Like
So they got to find problems and solutions.
It's the first time that we've seen cinema this kind of realistically because even though it's the future, they have technology. They still have like they still think that like it's still grounded because like it's to compare Star Wars spaceships. It's like you're driving a car around. Nostromo is like you try to dock a fucking like a massive container ship into like a tiny little pier, like like
like what happened a few years ago with that. Oh,
that's right, the canal, the Suez Canal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like the Suez Canal thing. Yeah,
exactly. It's like what? Yeah, like it's like
if they fucked up, they never get out of the planet.
Exactly.
If the landing fucked,
they're dead.
They're dead.
Exactly. So they've got to find solutions and they've got to get themselves back up because that's exactly what happened. Something went wrong. They had to fix the ship to get back up to the Nostromo. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. That's what's really great about it. It showed, there's a lot of innovation within this movie.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of innovation with it. And I think it's, if this was just out, but the problem is, like, because this film did gangbusters for the time, like, its worldwide box office in 1979 was $184 million. Yeah. That's gangbusters, mate. That's amazing. Like, but then, I mean, the production budget as well, like, at the time it was $11 million. And as I said earlier on, if you actually like adjust it for inflation, it's like $46 million, $46.5 million. That's mental. That film was made fairly frugally. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And it's
beautiful. It's a beautiful movie.
Yeah, it still looks it holds up really fucking well. And it's, it's like
even the alien that like, for example, the alien is extremely static in that movie. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
it's extremely static. Do you know why the reason is static?
Why?
Because he couldn't move in the suit.
Oh,
the guy literally couldn't move in the suit.
Oh, so
it's like it's only later in the movie that basically the alien is like scary because you don't see him move, but he moves silently.
Yeah.
And maybe there's that scene when the dot thing that we see him move very fast thing. But like every time the alien is shown, he's like extending his arm or standing behind someone,
or he's opening his mouth,
or opening his mouth, or just staying there in the corridor, or sliding like this and replay thing. But like they managed to make something scary that doesn't move. And I think that inspired even more Halloween movie with character like Jason and stuff like that doesn't move much. Like
it's very slow
and stuff like. Even if it's slow,
it's relentless.
It's relentless. Yeah. The alien also is slow and relentless.
Exactly.
Except that the second one showed them like swarm and fast and
I mean, it was like it was a real kind of move forward. But a lot of that was down to technology as well, like how they were better able to kind of. They
learned from the suit from the first movie and then just like have something a bit more like manageable.
That, Aliens came out, I think, in 1986, I think. So 1986, so that's 7 years in the difference. That's 7 years of technology moving forward.
And it's funny that the first movie showed that alien, that even the reactor of the rocket doesn't kill it, just doesn't blow him away, just like push him away.
Yeah,
like
but I think that was just more technical.
But like it does show to the thing that basically it's a perfect organism. It could survive anything.
Yeah,
but like, and then you have the second movie. They just fall flat. Like, oh, you shouldn't kill it, otherwise they would put acid everywhere. And in the second movie, they put, we don't care, America, fuck you,
party over, man,
party over, man.
Anyway.
But like, something I was going to say about the alien is like, it's also he came like. I think it's so fucking cool. The design of every creature in this thing. That's what basically Ridley Scott have a lot of world that he designed or have other people help design that just make like for example Blade Runner. The design of Blade Runner that's a character on his own. And Alien, the design of Alien is a character on his own as well. Like the Nostromo, the crew, even you have the Nostromo shirt. Oh no, you don't have
the Weyland-Yutani shirt.
You have Weyland-Yutani. Yeah. No, you don't have Weyland.
No, it is Nostromo.
You have also the Skynet one.
Yeah, I'm wearing it now.
But like, do you know like the logo that they have like kind of a foreign like wings hieroglyph? Do you know like? It's like the wing is like almost like you have it. Oh, that's Skynet. I thought it was Nostromo.
No, I've got Skynet. But no, I've got it's the Nostromo t-shirt, but it's got underneath it. It's got Nostromo, and underneath it's got the Weyland-Yutani Corporation logo.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's like it's a cool t-shirt. But yeah, like
There's a lot of striptease in that episode, I think. Like, there's a lot of showing off, like taking shirts off.
Yeah, well, I'm not taking my
also,
shirt off. I don't think anyone wants to see me go topless at the moment.
Going with that, the movie is extremely sexual. Like because of the work of Geiger, is extremely sexualized.
I'd say at the end because there is a slight because I think even Sigourney Weaver commented on it, like how at the end, like she basically strips off to her undies.
Yes.
Right. And
she's technically naked, but the movie cannot be an X movie, so she literally keeps some clothes on.
Yeah. So like, but anyway, she's down to her undies, and the alien is there. It's almost like you don't probably realize it, but the alien was probably like watching her.
A bit like I don't know, voyeuristic, or even like I don't want to say the R word. I kind of want to say the another one, like like kind of a thing, like like it's I know you don't like what I'm saying. I'm going there, but it's basically this, like it's like. Oh
no, there is a connotation to that because, like, again, Sigourney Weaver commented on it herself as the actress. Do you know what I mean? So, like,
she's there with a predator, like.
Yeah, exactly.
It could be shown like maybe a sexual predator or something like that. That's where I was going without saying the R word. I don't know what the one that said the R word, but like, yeah, you're right. And also Geiger thing is also like, for example, the spaceship holes like look like everything looked like a dick and vagina. Literally everything looked like dick and vagina.
I wouldn't quite go that far. No,
HR Geiger, HR Geiger,
HR Geiger. So
everything looked like
He's quite kind of. They did. Let's just say like some of it was toned down for the movie.
Well, I think Ridley Scott asked him to tone down the set and the design and stuff like that because he didn't want to put the movie to be 18 like like an X movie.
Yeah,
so
because like to be honest with you, like there's not a lot of blood shown in the movie.
There is
a
like
bit.
The scene
chestbuster scene aside. I mean that side is it's very graphic, but then you look at like most of the kills like are either there isn't much blood shown, or if it's shown, it's like very quick.
It's a flash.
Yeah, exactly. So like it doesn't revel in the blood.
No.
You know what I mean? And I think, to be honest with you, that makes it more effective because, again, like films that kind of like revel in the gore.
It's a thing that we were complaining about the thing is relying on gore.
Yeah,
and this movie doesn't.
No.
If the thing has a bit of the like self-preserve, like like show the gore when it's important, because the gore part of the meal scene is because it's like oh, it's a table, it's a family table, it's like a meal, and there's blood like covering everything.
Yeah, it's horrific.
Yeah, it's horrific. Yeah, it's a contrast of it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though. I mean, like when you look at
and also they like to show birth. Like birth are messy. There's blood, there's sweat, and there's like
true, very true. So like, that's the thing though. It's like when you're sparing, when you only use it when it's necessary.
Yeah,
it's extremely effective.
Yeah.
It's only when you overdo it. It's like because I think the thing did overdo it.
The thing overdo it, and I told you that the guy who created the special effects and stuff like that almost killed himself doing it.
Yeah,
to like not kill himself, danger, like killed himself, like physically, working so hard on it, like.
So yeah, that's the thing though. Because you could probably put the Thing and Alien up against each other
because it's a kind of a similar thing. It's basically an alien. It's both of them are an alien. Yeah. Both of them have as a team of other character that work instead of running away from the Thing. They choose to fight the Thing.
Well, because they've got no other option because they're isolated.
They're both isolated. Yeah. They're both a crew.
One's on a spaceship, the other's in Antarctica.
And some of the crew basically sabotage the Thing. The Thing. There's a traitor among except for the Thing. Everybody think everybody's a traitor.
Yeah.
And everybody
Yeah, so I mean, there are comparisons that can be made, but if I was going to turn around and say which film is superior, in my humble opinion,
I think both.
Purely subjectively, I think Alien by far a better movie. I think the Thing is a core of a good movie there, and it's got some really brilliant aspects to it. But like I just said, I think the gore just over the top.
Do you think the Thing should have been directed by Ridley Scott?
It's irrelevant at this point.
It's irrelevant.
Whether it was or it wasn't. I just think that looking at the films as they are now, rather than trying to speculate on hypothetical
what
films,
could happen.
I just think that
I thought it was funny. It's just like I was saying this.
Okay, well done.
Thank you. Well done. pat on the shoulder.
Sarcastic back pat. Well done, you've earned it.
Thank you.
But yeah, I just think that.
Yeah.
I just think Alien's a better movie.
Yeah.
Personally.
Should we finish on that? Do you have anything else to say?
I don't know. I mean, like, I
should we watch the sequels?
What, the Alien sequel?
Yeah, all of them, the good and bad. Like a chronological order. Did not arrive to properties. Oh, by chronological. No, you don't want to do that. Okay.
No,
I didn't watch Covenant. Is it that bad?
I don't want to.
You haven't watched it? You want to give it a chance?
Well, look at it this way, right? Let's just make sure, like, if we are going to watch Prometheus or Alien Covenant, make sure this house is empty and it's only me and you in it, because I probably will do a lot of ranting.
Yeah. Okay. That could be fun. We can video that.
Like yeah.
2 hour and a
well,
half.
look, we'll consider it for the
we
future.
just don't show the movie. We just show you a reaction to it. Anyway.
But anyway, look, fuck it, we'll round it out. So look, let's just if we're going to round it out, I mean, what's our final thoughts on the film? You give yours first.
It's a good movie. And I disagree with you if I don't want to compare this movie to the thing, because they're similar movies, but I think the Things works and the Alien works as well.
Okay, but what do you think of Alien?
They're both very good.
They're both very good. Okay.
They're both very good, and even though like both of them have things missing or issues. For example, as you said, you pointed out many times, Alien have like some issues in execution in the scene. You say that the Thing has issues with how things are shown and things like that. But I think they're both good movies.
Oh yeah, I think they're both good movies. But in terms of Alien itself, I think like Alien is basically like probably one of the single most influential movies of all time.
But what's make Alien go on top? I cut you off.
Okay.
But it's the atmosphere of the movie.
Yes, 100%. I mean, that's the thing. Is like when you look at the start of the movie again, like just the setting of the scene, like developing, like giving you an idea of the space.
The ship, like the camera that moves through the ship and the ship.
Yes.
The ship, the camera moving through the ship, and you see the dining room, you see the computer, you see the thing, and you see it's breathing. There's almost like wind inside of it, the
mise-en-scene.
Even like there's nobody, but there's always something moving. Have you realized that? There is the
paper moving, or the little fucking bobble head going up and down.
The bird thing. I don't know what the thing is, but like there is also like you're right. There's a bubble head. Yeah. There is the pages that
the pages thing. Flapping. Yeah.
And even when the door opened, there was like.
Gush of air.
The cloth on the side that move. Everything is. I think Ridley Scott is really good for that, because he can. If there is nothing to see, or he can make something to see, even though there's no actor or no thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, it's a fantastic movie. I mean, like, I don't think there's any question there. I think for me personally, it's like it's probably my favorite horror movie. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite Ridley Scott movies.
Yes. Over the Martian.
Huh?
Over the Martian?
I said one of my favourite, not my favourite. Martian's my favourite by a fucking country mile. I love that movie. But yeah, but it's one of my favourites. Definitely, I'd put it up there. I mean, if it's not my favourite, it's definitely like just underneath.
Okay.
It's not far behind. And yeah, I just think it's, if I was going to score it, I'd probably give it. I mean, because of its influence. I mean, yes, there are little nitpicky things about it, but. Just for the atmosphere, for the tension, the fact that they actually developed, in spite of their limitations of technology at the time, they were able to really kind of develop this kind of believable and quite terrifying animal.
Yeah, and universe as well.
Yeah, and the universe as well, and which is further expanded brilliantly in the sequel. So, I think without question, Alien is one of the best. Is probably my favourite horror movie of all time. One of the best movies, probably up there as one of my favourite movies of all time. And yeah, I can't recommend it highly enough.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, before we round it out though,
yes,
we've got to let people know what's going on next.
Next is going to be
Nosferatu.
And I said last time I said it was I think I said it was like 1930s or 19 thing. It is not. I think it's older than that. I can't remember.
Let me look it up 1 second.
Nosferatu, and you have to do because there's more than one movie. There's one made in the 70s, One that's made in the 1920.
1922.
1922.
Yeah. So okay, we're going to be watching the original Nosferatu. So this could be quite an interesting watch because, like, I don't.
Is that the movie that inspired? Was it Dracula before Nosferatu?
No,
Dracula
Dracula was from the book by Bram Stoker. That's in the late 1800s.
That's also an adaptation of that book as well, Nosferatu, because it is Dracula. It is a vampire.
Yeah, it is Dracula, but the thing is, like, yeah, but I'm not too sure if they had the rights at the time or something. I'm not too sure as to why it was called Nosferatu, but
maybe it's a different monster or it's a different lore as well. Like, yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find out.
Oh, I mean, look, I haven't actually seen Nosferatu. I have read.
I've seen like in a weird concert when they were playing music and there's this at the background.
Oh, okay,
like kind of do like experimental, like arty stuff,
Yeah, I got
Halloween spooky, and it look weird. Stuff. The movie looked weird for a movie from the 1920s. It looked really weird. Like it does look weird.
Yeah, well, we'll find out in due course. Well, we'll be watching it very shortly. We'll be watching it next anyway, so I'm pretty sure we'll have an interesting conversation about it then.
Yep.
So anyway, we're gonna finish up here now.
Yes. So.
Thank you very much for watching. We're getting better at this. Well, I mean, give us time. Yeah, we'll get better. We will get better.
Yeah.
So anyway, my name has been John Clare.
I've been Roman Fish.
This has been Posy Watch Post Mortem. Thank you very much for watching to this stage, and we'll see you next time. Yeah. So bye.
Bye bye. Okay, let's go.
Off then.